Hey everybody, Motorpoet 59 here. There has been so much stuff going on, and I have been so busy throughout the month of May that I really haven't had time to keep up with much of it. Uh, I'm sure most of you know I'm a motocross freak, supercross freak. That's where Motorpoet 59 comes from. I'm a motocross freak. I raced motocross for a long time, and I'm a published poet, and I was born in 1959. But I've been following the Supercross series. The end of Supercross was really dramatic, and then the first outdoor motocross race of the year was this past Saturday. And many days with subscribers. 9 out of 14 days, out of 15 days, I guess, I spent 9 of them hanging out with subscribers, giving tours up on the Tehachapi from my other channel, and a couple of golf tournaments, actually one tournament and a couple of games, I should say, and visits with the family. We went down to a museum, spent some time doing stuff with the family, and then all the other stuff that gets going in my life. And I simply haven't had time for politics. I did a video a while back about it's not all about politics, and by God, this month nothing's been about politics. I have just been too busy to mess with it. I have people constantly sending me links and messages and stuff about things that are going on in the political world, and I just don't have time to look at it all, and I don't want to. I don't want to spend all my time doing that. I want to be happy, and if I start worrying about politics and that's all, then I'm just going to be mad all the time. And that's the realm of the Democrat. That's the realm of the liberal and the progressive. They can be mad all the time. I don't want to. But I'll talk about a couple of things. One of the things that, it's kind of, well, it is old news now, but it still hasn't shaken itself completely out, is the issue of Tucker Carlson and Fox News. I don't know why this surprised anyone. Fox has been leaning more and more toward the left for a few years now, quite a few years, and this just didn't surprise me. I watch Tucker occasionally. I watch his clips quite a bit, but I don't have the time to sit down and watch political analysis anymore. I just don't. I kind of got out of that back in the Rush days. It's important to remember that Rush, Tucker, Hannity, these guys aren't journalists. They're not reporters. They're not news people. They are commentators. They voice their opinion about things that are going on, and that's kind of like me. It's all I do. I voice my opinion about opinions, and well, of course, the modern mainstream media. They don't report the news either anymore. They just voice opinions about things and send out what they're told to send out. And we all know that. We'll get into that. But the thing with Tucker, he was fired for this reason. He was fired for that. And I watched Megyn Kelly quite a bit. I don't watch her whole podcast. That I certainly don't have time for. And but I do watch her clips. I look them up on YouTube, and they come up on my feed, and so I'll watch that. And I've seen a few things on there about people. Well, they said this, and this person was involved, and it was done at the request of Dominion, and wasn't done, and that wasn't. It's so the whole story isn't even out there now. But again, it doesn't surprise me. But it doesn't matter. Tucker's going to land on his feet, and he's going to take the audience that he had with him. And Fox is going to lose most of that audience. And some people will still go back and they'll watch Hannity and Gutfeld and whoever else they enjoy watching on Fox until eventually Fox figures out a reason to get rid of them. Will Fox start coming back to the right? I don't think anytime in the near future. I think that right now, I don't know that they'll lean any further left. I think maybe they kind of learned a lesson from this, but I don't think they're going to go back to the right. I think they're just going to stay where they are. And again, it's not surprising that this happened to Tucker. As I said, he'll land on his feet somewhere and he'll make a boatload of money and he'll be very popular, and he deserves to be. I enjoy his commentary. I just don't have time to watch it all. But getting back to what's going on right now, the debt ceiling, these are the kind of things that are ruining the American economy. And as I've said before, I believe that it is by design. If the left can crash the American economy, then they can. They're already trying to convince the people that they're the cavalry, and they're coming to the rescue with free money and free things, and we'll do this and we'll do that. And once the economy's crashed and no one has any money, we're going to get right back to where we were during the Great Depression, when FDR, who was the closest thing we ever had to a dictator, can come in and say, now look what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to give you this money. With FDR, it was a lot of New Deal stuff and Social Security and things that have really never panned out, ever. People can say that I guess you can look back and say that there were pieces of the New Deal that helped, but what bailed us out of the Great Depression was World War II. And FDR wanted nothing more during his entire presidency up until the time we finally got involved. He wanted nothing more than to get involved. He knew that would suck us out of the Depression, but the American people didn't want it, so he kept saying he didn't want it. But once he got the Lend-Lease thing going, anyway, that's ancient history. But that's what they're doing again right now. And the Democrats didn't crash the economy in 1929. Let's get that straight. That was a global event that had lasting repercussions, but the American government came to the rescue of the American people. So they said. But that's what they want to do now. They want to crash the economy. They want to get rid of banking as we know it and create a society where the government is the one giving people the money, the one running the economy rather than the market, and giving people these trinkets along the way, making them think they're great. And that was one of the things about during the Depression with the New Deal and all that, and Social Security, is that these people had nothing. Everyone was just broke except the people who were rich when it all started and weren't that badly affected by it. But they had nothing. They didn't have a pot to piss in. There wasn't a chicken in every pot. There wasn't a chicken in any pot. So a few bucks sounded like a lot of money. And you see these pictures of guys selling Duesenbergs and stuff for $100 because they'd lost everything. And that's what the government wants to do now, in my opinion, is that they want the economy to crash. People keep talking about them driving towards a cashless society. I don't know that. I mean, you may be right. I don't know. But I don't know that that's what they're driving for so much as the ability to just be able to track people with cash, which wouldn't be a hard thing to do. People think that cash is safe, and it really isn't. I mean, there's ways to track the spending of cash. My new granddaughter over crying. But the debt ceiling is just another cog in the gears of the Democrat plan to crash the American, raising the debt ceiling. We'll just keep spending, we'll just keep spending, we'll just keep spending. And I say let the chips fall as they fall. And if it ruins everything anyway, it's going to ruin it if we keep raising it. We can't just keep pretending that there's more money there, because there isn't. The money's gone. And it's time to pay the piper. It's going to be painful. No matter if it happens now or later, it's going to be extremely painful. And I say, let's just get on it now and rip the Band-Aid off. Stop giving money to other countries like the Ukraine. Get us out of this war. Get us out of the business of war. And get us in the business of tending to the American people and the problems that we have here in America, instead of worrying about raising the debt ceiling so we can keep giving money that we don't have to people who can get it somewhere else. Or, hey, how about raising it yourself? Stop relying on other countries. We are just we are enabling these third world countries to just keep being third world countries. It's not the people, it's the people running them. It's their governments. They know that all they have to do is cry whatever, cry poverty, cry racism, cry bigotry of any kind, cry something, and the progressive end of the American government will pony up whatever to avoid those labels, because once those labels are attached to them, their base is gonna start falling off, and yada yada. You know how that works. But anyway, I don't know. Been busy. I'm not gonna be that busy in June, I hope. So I don't know. Maybe I'll comment on some other things as I get a little bit of time. How's it been going for you? How'd your May go? Was it as busy as mine? Have you been dedicating less time to politics since you watched my video about it? Are you going to dedicate more or less time in the coming months to it? Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motopoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content, and we'll see you all later.